So earlier today, there was a Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope showcase over on Ubisoft channel. So this is, the day after the Direct. So yesterday we tuned into the Direct and saw that stuff and saw the release date for Sparks of Hope announced. I gotta turn on display captures, what I gotta do. And it was also mentioned, I only realized when I went back and watched the Direct again, there was mentioned at the end that, oh, there's a presentation tomorrow. And, yeah, I didn't realize at the time because I was, talking about the situation a bit too much and didn't, notice all the fine details and whatnot. And the presentation already happened. I was thinking about streaming it like as it happened this morning, but after the whole set of streaming shenanigans yesterday, I was a bit tired and needed some more rest and whatnot. So I was like, I'll just wait until it's done and then we'll watch the whole thing. So this whole bit of the live stream here is just, the countdown and whatnot. So let's see what's going on with Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. This is a game that I'm, pretty hyped for and looking forward to, and we'll definitely be playing a whole bunch on the channel. Yeah, we were busy making art with like the thumbnail. Are we gonna make like a funny thumbnail for this as well? Is that what's gonna happen? Because that Mario plus Rabbids based funny thumbnail from yesterday might be more fitting for today. Oh well. Well, there were some people that were kind of pissed off at me for the Mimi thumbnail, like after it got published, and I was so confused as to why, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. Turn it down just a smidge is what I shall do. It's kind of crazy that this game was announced last year and then it just went radio silent and then, all of a sudden they're bringing news out again for it. Okay, Doogie's done relaxing here for now, it seems like. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. Hi!
Creative Director of Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. I'm very pleased to welcome you to this showcase today to reveal more about our game. Last year,
sure, the Doogie shaking in the other room there.
Creating a new adventure in the Mario plus Rabbids universe.
Yes.
A unique and colorful world.
It's so cute, charming.
Of Mario and the Rabbids. And we have been hard at work to craft a journey, a tactical experience like no other.
I mean, the original Mario plus Rabbids was already really nice, and now, yeah, we have indeed. Hi.
So let's
Hi.
dive into it.
I silly Doogie.
Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope takes place in a whimsical galaxy. The
world looks a lot more charming than the original Mario plus Rabbids. Holy crap, it looks way more charming, and like there's a lot more to explore. Like, one of the issues with the original Mario plus Rabbids is like the whole world design was like very linear. It brought you on like a straight and narrow track that was directly guiding you down a certain path. This actually looks like a world that you can explore a bit, is what it actually seems like. Yeah, maybe. But, it was clearly a meme.
Cursa has also sent its minions to capture the Sparks, born from the merge of Lumas and Rabbids.
Such a wacky idea. They're so wacky looking. I love them.
Sparks are almost defenseless against Cursa. But Mario and his friends will come to their rescue and save the galaxy from this terrible threat.
Oh my goodness, this is gonna be like the Chris Pratt scene in the new Jurassic Park movies where he walks up and, puts his hand out and whatnot. Especially considering Chris Pratt is playing Mario in the upcoming Mario movie. Although Rabbid Mario suddenly gets the inflatable flamingo there for like the one shot. Just gets it out of nowhere and then it's gone again as quickly as it appeared. Yeah, it really does. And that's kind of the way that was with the original Mario plus Rabbids as well. As, everyone thought that it was going to be like really dumb and, just a quick buck kind of game, but then it actually turned out to be really good to the point that it's getting a sequel.
Explore those worlds as you wish.
The Doogie's quite relaxed here now. So our enemy's gonna have levels like that then? So it's still gonna be parties of 3. It seems like.
Throughout their journey, Mario and his friends will meet a cast of unforgettable characters.
My goodness gracious. I feel like in the actual Rabbids games, so many of the Rabbids characters were just Rabbids and that's it, with like no additional personality or charm, maybe some like very, very minor variants. But in Mario plus Rabbids, I feel like we see like a lot more variants and personalities and charm to these various different characters around the world than we've seen in the actual Rabbids games. I haven't played like a massive ton of the actual Rabbids games. I own a few of them, but there's that. We don't need Mario in the party anymore. Yeah, we.
Some are
I guess we.
eager to
Oh
join
yeah.
the
Well, that's a good point. If it was showing, you know, groups of 3 there, you didn't need Mario in the party in Mario plus Rabbids after you've beaten the game, but while still playing the main game, you I love how just like
Bowser joins the
done
team
a
in an
Rabbid
effort to
Rosalina is.
reclaim his lost army.
My goodness.
But Cursa's unexpected minions will stand in their way.
What?
To protect the galaxy and save the sparks, heroes will have to
Interesting.
be brave. and they will have to
Interesting.
fight.
Bowser has an RPG? Bowser Inside Story? Or this, do you mean? What are
Make
those
your way
gauntlets
through a
there?
whole host of
I just
battles.
got another tweet notification from Nintendo of America about
Lead teams
Xenoblade 3,
3
and
heroes
it's
select,
not in regards to the
control
special
directly,
edition, so
and
I'm
move in
gonna
real
ignore it.
time in tactical, dynamic battles. Use a
Oh,
variety of tools to navigate the battlefield. Flank your foes.
I
and
really
find
like how it's, you know,
opportunities to thwart them.
similar to the original, yet so different. The frame rate in this bit here doesn't look the best, but... Oh, interesting.
Adapt and use all the tools at
You
your
love to see it when games are similar yet different, so that they're, you know, adapting over time so that each game becomes a unique experience instead of just the exact same thing recycled like so many games are guilty of, you know.
to flashy explosive projectiles.
And it's something that I'm actually thinking about doing a video essay on in the near future about how some games have changed over time. I know that I've talked about it a little bit on the channel lately. I started writing up a
Once the
script. I'm not
heroes
done with
finish
it
their
yet.
turn,
I'm still
it's time for
undecided
the
if I'm
enemies to
for
step
sure
up.
gonna do it or not, but that's what I'm
Make
thinking
sure to
about
take cover to
the next
avoid
video essay,
attacks,
potentially
because your foes won't
being
miss
Mario Plus
opportunity
Rabbids
to
Galaxy.
defend
Yeah,
your heroes.
that right there. How you doing, J-Dog? Hi.
Each of our heroes has
And the
a
doogie's just like, please come outside and play with me. This is what she's like
shield
right
your
now.
allies in battle.
I can do it after I'm done streaming.
Prepare a devastating counterattack. Or put your enemies to sleep. Techniques will
Okay,
always prove
kind of like the
useful
Rabid
if used
Cranky
in
and the
right context.
Donkey Kong adventure there.
Each battle won will
Interesting.
grant experience points to the team. And the
Oh,
heroes will level up, allowing them to grow more powerful.
Jesse.
In an intense battle, Mario and his friends can count on the help of the sparks.
This game is like so blessed and so
Each
cursed
hero
at the
can
same
harness their
time.
powers in battle.
That's what it honestly is. I like how
Sparks
Luigi
open
has a
whole
bow
world
now.
of tactical possibilities. Clever use of their abilities can truly make the difference between defeat and victory.
And it seems like there's a lot more enemy variety in this game than just,
Teamwork
you know,
is key to gaining the upper hand.
Rabid reskins,
Use
essentially.
all the tools at your disposal
I
to
mean, there was
solve
like a decent bit of variety
combos
past that in,
and win difficult battles.
you know, the original Mario Plus Rabbids. I mean, they were all Rabid reskins, but there was a decent bit of variety with them, but...
This was
now there's,
just
like,
a
even more
glimpse of the
variety in Mario
journey that
enemies.
awaits Mario and his friends,
Hi.
where the end of a quest is always
Yeah.
the beginning of a new
Luigi.
adventure.
I think Rabid Rosalina will go through a
Enchanting
character arc.
and enduring
I think she's just gonna
characters.
stay, like,
Face
edgy and done with
powerful
everything the whole
enemies during
time.
epic encounters.
Most likely.
Find the sparks and save them from Cursa. Embark on this great adventure for everyone to enjoy.
Like, there's no reason that something like this should exist, but I'm so glad it does. You know, is what Mario plus Rabbids is like, in a
That
nutshell.
was a first look at this adventure, with more surprises to come.
I see the
You will
doggy.
be able to uncover the full scope of the game when it releases this upcoming fall on October
Yeah.
20, 2020.
We're gonna be streaming
We
it.
like to call it a tactical adventure, as you will be able to experience a totally new kind
But
of
yeah.
gameplay, with real-time action and strategy.
Yeah, I think they were just kind of meant to be bosses
As
in
you
the
just
original,
watched,
so...
You will be traveling through a galaxy in trouble, accompanied
There's
by
hope,
your
and
team of heroes.
Maybe
with
you
the
recruit them.
freedom to explore new planets, help their inhabitants, and save the sparks.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, I feel like the Rabid
But most
variety is a lot
exciting of all,
greater in
you
this
will
than
lead
in
your
the original
heroes
game.
during
Right?
action-packed
Yeah, you relax for a
tactical
little bit. I
battles,
can play with you after I'm
helping
done
them
streaming.
contend against the evil cosmic threat, Cursa. The battles are truly
You
at
know,
the
it's
core
funny.
of our game.
Whenever I'm petting her when it's like late at night and she's trying to sleep, she just makes like weird noises or growls or whatnot because she's like, I'm tired, don't
For
pet me, I don't
instance,
want
there is
affection.
no grid on the
But when she's
so you can
when
directly
it's during the
control
day
your
and she
heroes in
wants,
real
you know,
time
attention,
during your
she
turn.
wants to be close to you,
Plus,
wants to be cared
you
for,
will be
and
able
she's
to
like,
harness
yes,
the
keep
power
petting
of the
me.
spark,
It's like
whose
she's a
powers
completely different
allow
doogie
you to
during the day.
customize your place.
During the night, aren't you?
Speaking of the team,
Yeah.
last
Rabbit Lumas
year
are so
we
cute. They're like
introduced two
both
new
cute and
characters
cursed at the same
to
time.
our unusual party of heroes.
That's what it is.
there is
First
Rabbit
neutral special
Rose,
Mario wields a gun.
ever
Yeah.
jaded
Hopefully we
rabbit,
can see it in the next Smash.
really different from her role model. And then there is this mysterious new rabbit with a sword.
With a
Her
sword.
name is
I find it
Edge.
interesting the way that
I hope
you know,
will like
accents
her
and
as much as we
pronunciation
do.
of things
Many
are
of
different.
our beloved
And
heroes
I think
are
this is
such as well.
was it Ubisoft Paris
Each
that was
hero
working in this?
truly follows a unique archetype in
Are they
battle
French?
that you
I
can
believe
use
so,
at your
right?
advantage. For instance, Luigi's sharpshooter skills allow him
I'm glad that
to hit
Luigi's a
harder
sniper
the
again.
farther away he is from his opponent.
What?
We can't wait for you to
Interesting.
explore all their unique abilities.
Wait, was it called Rapid
But we
Edge there? I
still felt
didn't see that
our
part there.
lineup was incomplete
I like the
without
shirt.
a heavy hitter. And so today, we are happy to welcome Bowser to the team. It's unexpected of him to team up with his longtime rival. So
You're gonna be
probably
a sniper
wonder
Luigi
why
main?
he
Well, I
does
mean,
so.
there'll be parties of 3,
Well,
but
I do
I
not
used
want to
Luigi in
spoil
the first
fun
Mario plus
surprises
Rabbids, and I'll
ahead,
probably use him here
but I
myself
can
as
tell
well.
you that it has something to do with Cursor. In its destructive
Yeah,
pursuit
relax,
to extend
okay?
its reach to all planets,
Relax. I'll
this
play with you
malevolent
after the
entity
stream
has
is done.
taken control of Bowser's army. Now, Bowser has no choice but to join the ranks of the Rabbids' heroes and fight alongside Mario to reclaim his army. And it will be explosive. With these
Yeah,
last
it is cool to
additions,
see
our
Bowser as
roster
part of the
is
part of
now
the team.
complete. However, there's even more
Kind of like in
surprises
Bowser's
for
Inside
music.
Story, though indirectly in that
Music
case.
As always at the huge
Grant Kirkhope,
place
yes.
in Mario plus Rabbids. It is especially important
Yes.
for making the game's planets feel alive.
It's gonna talk about Grant
and
Kirkhope.
the battlefield tense.
Right.
And we
Bowser's the
need
best Mario
exceptional
character.
music scores to
I'd say
complete
maybe.
this.
After Waluigi.
So I'm very
yeah.
happy to confirm the return of
I
my
sure hope
dear
that wouldn't
friend,
happen there, J-Dog.
super talent Grant Kirkhope
Yes.
as a composer for Mario plus Rabbids.
Grant Kirkhope is such a
Sparks of
legendary
Hope.
composer.
But he will not be alone this time, as
Hmm.
we have assembled an exceptional crew of talents from all.
So he
around
has a
the
lot to
world.
work with.
He will
Luigi's in
be
a league of his own, he really
by
is.
Garrett Coker and Yoko Shimomura, two phenomenal composers that I'm beyond proud.
Whoa, holy
to
shit, they put
allow
Mario in the
on
game,
our
dude. Isn't it crazy? How are you doing, Lancer?
I hope you are as excited as we
Okay.
are about what we show today.
Okay,
We
that
cannot
definitely
wait
makes
to
me
unveil
real
more
excited for the
surprises
music and
in the
whatnot.
coming months. With
Like, when it comes to
Mario
music in
Sparks
games,
of
if you name drop
Hope,
Grant
development
Kirkhope,
team
it's
at
like, okay,
Ubisoft is
that's
bringing
gonna be
lots
a
of new and
a
exciting
great
ideas
world
to
building
the
and whimsical
They
kind
are
of soundtrack
inspired by
there.
Nintendo revered
Like, there's a
creativity,
reason he's so
and
famous for
that's
the
why
Banjo and
I'm happy
Kazooie
to
soundtrack.
introduce a special guest. Welcome, Takahashi-san.
Please welcome Dante from the Devil May Cry series. Was that the composer for the Mario and Luigi series? Might have to look it up. I'm honestly not quite sure. After we're done with the presentation, I can look them up. That's what I can do. To know for sure. So I wouldn't recall. So Superstar Saga partners, they didn't really team up in Superstar Saga. But all those, at least Bowser's kind of a good guy. I mean, well, I guess he does kind of team up a bit in the beginning, but then he gets, like, eliminated from the picture. It's kind of the thing that happens. Wow, Bowser's tiny. It's like when they squished down Ridley for Smash Ultimate. Is what it's kind of like. I guess so that he can probably fit behind cover, is what the reason is. Okay. Yeah, it is, it does seem like it will still be, like, based around, like, a range, but, you know, within, like, a circle and free movement and whatnot, which I think is really cool. The evil Goomba. Do if I started playing Breath of Fire 2 and aside from the awful translation, surprised how difficult it is. Doesn't ease you into the adventure and just throws hands turn 1. Sounds like some adventures you've seen around. Your name, that immediately makes me think of, like, Awakening and Lunatic Plus Classic. That's what that makes me think of. Maybe it's not the same degree of BS, but... Music's pretty cool. Engaging wild tactical battles. Yeah, definitely looking forward to the game. Yeah, I mean, Asylum Demon is, you know, if you're a brand newcomer to Dark Souls, it's like a little bit tricky, but it's not too bad. It does like the super big wind up and swing that, you know, it's the complete opposite to Elden Ring, where enemies are just constantly in your face and swinging like crazy. Which leads me to believe that Elden Ring's the harder game there. Oh, I like the dash attack for Bowser there. I do like that. Ow, the edge. I literally made like the most anime edgy rabbit they could. It's so funny. My oh my. Oh, poor Rabbid Rosalita. Oh my goodness, look at all the inspiration from Chris Pratt in Guardians of the Galaxy now that Chris Pratt's Mario. Oh my goodness, is that a rabbit umbrella that Peach has? There's Edge too. Oh boy. If you told me like 10 years ago that this was a Mario game, I would not believe you. Like, no way. Absolutely not. But yeah, also the composer for Mario and Luigi is Yoko Shimomura, who composed for Radiant History, Kingdom Hearts, Legend of Mana, even Final Fantasy 15. Huh. So that's the presentation. So let's look at the composers thingamabob again. So I think that, yeah. Yeah, so that is the composer for the Mario and Luigi games, who also composed Radiant Historia, Kingdom Hearts, Legend of Mana, and Final Fantasy 15 then. Okay. Yeah, so we have the legendary composer of Grant Kirkhope, who did the Banjo and Kazooie games, as well as, you know, the first Mario plus Rabbids game. We have the composer for Mario and Luigi, and then who's Gareth Coker? Let's see here. If I Google him real quick. I'm dying. Gareth Coker. Let's see here, is a British composer. He has composed work for video games, including Ori and the Blind Forest, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, Ark Survival Evolved, and Halo Infinite. Oh! This guy has some very, very legendary music under his belt as well. So you're telling me you've got freaking 3 legendary composers on this project? What? Okay, that makes me excited for the music. That definitely makes me really excited for the music then. Can I see all the stuff that he's done there? Gotten awards for Ori there. Are there any other things that I recognize there? Has apparently done some stuff for Minecraft and Mojang, but for like some of the weird console expansion packs, not any like main game Minecraft stuff, it doesn't seem like. Huh. Dota 2 apparently did the soundtrack for Immortals Phoenix Rising, that, you know, Ubisoft Breath of the Wild like game and whatnot. Huh, interesting. Yeah, so if he's responsible for, you know, that's for Ori and the Blind Forest and like a bunch of other thingamabobs here, that's certainly something. It's apparently done like a bunch of films and TV stuff. Huh. We need one more and it's the Elite Four. Yeah, if only. Also, he's cuddling up to my arm here again. Hey you. Would you like a treat that this anime nerd sent you? Wow, can you sit? Good girl. Here, let's give you one of these turkey treats. There you go. There you go. Yeah, maybe relax for a little bit. Wow. Is the Elite Four when you have the Elite Trio? Yeah, this is already like a very legendary trio right here. Topic of Dark Souls versus Elden Ring. The first real boss of Elden Ring, Margit, feels more like Manus than Asylum Demon. You feel Margit is a little too ham for a first boss. Margit goes ham for a first boss. Is the thing. Well, first main boss, at least. Yeah, that's that definitely gets me really excited about the soundtrack for sure. Also, let me just put on some tunes on the side for now. How about, okay, I could just put my DVD stream playlist on shuffle. But then if I want to give like proper credit to, you know, all the music used later, let's just do another one of Simon Gross's albums. Let's do a different one than last time. Let's do, how about this album to chill out to? Sure, let's chill out with this and whatnot. But yeah, I'm just referring to the Mario and Luigi Elite Trio. But yeah, imagine if they were Rabbids bosses in the game. What, the composers? You're saying? Also, why did the quality just tank? Just want to have this on in the background while, you know, while rambling about it and whatnot. Like, I know that I've talked about it before, but one of the things I want to mention is how the idea of, you know, the whole crossover between Mario and Rabbids in the first place is the kind of thing that you wouldn't think would be a good game. You'd think that it would just be like a quick buck, maybe like a really bad party game or something like that, and just like a quick buck for, you know, both IPs to, you know, make some more revenue and whatnot on the side. But over at Ubisoft, and Ubisoft, with a lot of their games, especially in recent years, are like very average or par, you know, are a little bit off in some ways, I don't know. But so Ubisoft, when I think about Ubisoft games, I think about, you know, things that are kind of mixed. But it seems like for this game, they were like, oh my goodness, this is probably going to be like the only opportunity we're ever going to have to develop a Mario game. So we need to get our crap together and make sure that we do this right. And then the first Mario and Rabbids came out, and it was like, oh my goodness, this is actually an awesome game. Holy crap. You know, it was really surprising, honestly, and really surprising in a good way. Like, I was really stunned about that. I had an awesome time with Mario plus Rabbids. Definitely one of my favorite launch year Switch games. It was a really great time, and I've been having fun getting back into it again recently with playing the DLC in preparation for this. Also, we gotta see that that flamingo there again. Look at that. You love to see it. And I'm glad to see that it wound up doing well enough to warrant getting a sequel here. Like, that's really neato, and one that, you know, gives a whole lot more variety, does something similar yet different with the gameplay, with the free movement and whatnot, and the new way that's handling gameplay in general. It's crazy to think that the original Mario plus Rabbids came out 5 years ago, and now 5 years later, here's a sequel. Like, it's so weird to think about that for a lot of games on the Switch, where something that came out in, like, the launch year of the Switch, if it has something new that's coming out nowadays, it's like a 5-year difference, you know? And yeah, Ubisoft wouldn't want to, disappoint Nintendo. That's a good point as well. Like, this is our one opportunity to develop a Mario game, and we're getting trusted by Nintendo, so we really gotta make sure that we do this right. And they did a fantastic job with that, and it makes me really hyped for this. So it was really funny when the original Mario plus Rabbids was revealed. There was a lot of negativity that was surrounding it, because everyone thought, like, this is just gonna be like a crap game made for a quick buck, and there was like a lot of hate around it before it even came out, because everyone was convinced that it was gonna be awful, was the thing, and that no one wanted this crossover. And then it came out, people played it, and people were like, oh my goodness, this game is awesome. And now I don't see any hate around Sparks of Hope at all, whereas the original Mario plus Rabbids got so much hate when it was first revealed, and it must have been like, you know, really morally emotionally, what would be the word there? I don't know. Emotionally damning to the developers. Emotionally draining to the developers. That's probably a better word. I don't know. But now that the original Mario plus Rabbids with Kingdom Battle has been out for a while, and a lot of people have played it and been like, wow, this is actually a really good and awesome game. Now everyone's just hyped for Sparks of Hope. Is the thing. It was just launch years was so sexy. There was some really cool things on the launch year for the Switch. And there have been some really cool things since then all the same, but yeah, I'm definitely very much hyped for this game, because with the first Mario plus Rabbids, Ubisoft has proven themselves like, okay, we can do this. We can definitely do this now. So that makes things exciting here. And I'm really excited for the soundtrack. I love me some good soundtracks in video games. So seeing that this game is going to have 3 legendary developers, it's like, oh, this is going to be like a chef's kiss of a soundtrack, isn't it? But yeah, still in disbelief they made a 2000s emo rabbit with a Buster Sword. Isn't it great? Hello, Felix. How are you doing today? We'll use the final trailer shot or that waterfall shot for the thumbnail. Oh, we gotta do the waterfall thing, Bob, and have like Rabbid Mario with the flamingo in big detail and whatnot. Also, hear you out, Rabbid Guy, Rabbid Coop, and Rabbid Parablanc. Imagine. That'd be real. Neato there. Maybe just as a cameo with Thingamabob. But yeah, this game does look fantabulous, doesn't it? Celia finished the first game. Yes, you should. It's real good. We've just recently started on this channel playing the DLC of it. And you've been, you know, messing around with Donkey Kong there and whatnot. Alright, the donkey's skedaddling for now. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Also, one of the things I also want to mention in regards to the gameplay here and seeing how this has changed is in regards to this upcoming potential future video essay that Yeah, that's a couple long games there. Yeah, we can have a thumbnail creating segment for this. We'll see if it we'll see if it ticks people off enough to denounce me and formally announce that they're unsubbing, like with the last one, which I found really funny, I'm gonna be honest. That was sweetly something right there. I like the powers here and whatnot. But yeah, anyway, so in regards to games changing over time, I'm thinking about this being a potential future video essay here. Relax. I don't want to guarantee it right now, just in case I don't decide to make it a future video essay after all, but I am thinking about it, and I think Mario and Rabbids is like a good example of it. So what I mean by like changing over time is a game series that continues to do new things with each installment to make each installment be similar to their previous ones, but still like uniquely fresh and different. So in like some of the basic stuff that I've written up for a script thus far, I might turn the music down just a tiny smidge, is what I might do, something like that. Like in my little bits of script that I've written thus far, I use Legend of Zelda as like a really good example there. Like the very first Zelda title, you know, it was the top-down, you know, you can move up, down, left, right kind of adventure game. And then for Zelda 2, they were like, let's do something different. Let's do like, you know, a 2D kind of thing like that, you know? Move just left and right and such to try something a bit different and focus on the combat and such. And then Link to the Past was like, alright, let's go back to like the 3D, well, a 3D movement in a 2D space, you know what I mean? And let's also have like two different worlds with the Dark World and this cool switching and stuff. And it's like, whoa, that's different. And then Ocarina of Time came along and was like, alright, let's go into a 3D environment now. And now, rather than it being two worlds, let's now take that idea, that premise, and change it into two time periods that you switch between in this 3D space. That's like, whoa, that's cool. And then Majora's Mask came as like, alright, that concept of time travel, let's take it again, but make it so that there's a giant moon that's falling from the sky that's about to destroy the planet in 3 days, and you have to keep going back over and over again until you eventually stop it. So it takes like, so the past several games in that regard leading up to Majora's Mask had taken like a premise and idea from the previous games and like done something new with it to make it like new and fresh. And then there's Wind Waker where it's like, alright, 3D exploring the world again, but now the world is an ocean. You are exploring an ocean now. It's like, oh, that's different. And then Twilight Princess came along and was like, oh, how about we go back to like 3D exploring in a world now that, you know, 3D graphics and 3D games have been out for a decent while, and we can like do it like a lot more proper justice. I don't know if that's the best way to do it, but we can like flush it out a lot more, a 3D world. And let's also introduce, rather than there is still a bit of switching between two different worlds with the real world and the Twilight world. And let's also have Link be able to change what he's playing as between a human and a wolf. And it's like, whoa, that's new and different. And then Skyward Sword was like, how about we try the two different like places idea, but instead we have there be like an island in the sky that's like the main hub, and you drop from that into very different sections around the world. And it's like, whoa, that's different. That's new and different. That's cool. And then there was Breath of the Wild that did, you know, Breath of the Wild things where it's like a fully open world, vast land to explore and whatnot. It's like, whoa, that's different. So I feel like The Legend of Zelda is a really good example of, you know, taking your premise and established ideas from previous games, not just those minor gameplay things, but even, you know, story beats like, there's Link, Zelda, and Ganon, and there's like the Triforce and stuff, and yada yada, that whole premise and stuff, and go defeat Ganon and stuff. Those same premises are used to do like completely different things with each game to make every game like distinctly unique. I wouldn't want to talk about the handheld ones because I wouldn't want to drag on too much. I don't want another like hour-plus long video essay, and I wouldn't have time for that because I want to talk about like a bunch of different games in this potential video essay. So I just focus on the home console ones. Is what I would do. But yeah, and like the Souls formula being changed in Elden Ring is another good example there. And Mario and Luigi is a good example there too. But with like the first game, here's the introduction of the new thing, like Mario and Luigi in this unique gameplay style. Then Partners in Time was like, okay, here's Mario and Luigi, but here's also playing as Baby Mario and Baby Luigi. And then there's a, you know, Bowser's Inside Story where it's like, how about Bowser's a hero this time? And then there's Dream Team where it's like, how about Dreamy Luigi? And then there's Paper Jam where it's like, Paper Mario. And speaking about Paper Mario is a good example as well, but like, you know, well, something like Mario and Luigi or the Legend of Zelda series is a good example of taking the same premise and core gameplay ideas and using it to do something completely different and, you know, look at it through a new lens. But Paper Mario is a better example of, let's do something literally completely different every single time that, you know, isn't similar to the previous games like much at all. You know, this is what Paper Mario is a better example of there. But yeah, so those are good examples of that. As, like, examples of games that haven't really changed all that much over time, I would probably talk about, you know, things like Pokemon. There's, of course, series like Call of Duty or Battlefield that I've never played myself, but I always hear are basically shipping the same game every year, but worse from what I hear from those who have played it and whatnot. And I don't really know anyone who's played it. This is literally just from, like, YouTube videos that I look up and see on the subject, because I am curious about, like, what's going on with this part of the industry nowadays anyway. So in regards to taking the same core ideas and using it to do something different, it seems like Mario and Rabbids is embracing that idea. Like, the original Mario plus Rabbids had, you know, the grid-based movement and such, and all that stuff there. Hi! Whereas this game has, like, the open movement and the radius that you can go around different enemy types. You can do things like pick up and throw bob-bombs. You'll be able to hit multiple targets in one turn with, like, the dual guns or other cool weapons. There's the new powers with the sparks. It's like they're taking the core idea of the original Mario plus Rabbids and really expanding on it. It seems, with how much this has expanded on it, it makes it look almost like the original Mario plus Rabbids was like a tech demo, and this is like them, like, truly seeing it through, assuming that they are able to, like, pull it off well, you know. And I think that that's really cool, because they could have easily just been like, all right, let's just take the exact same core of how Mario plus Rabbids works and just do that again. Just have, like, a linear world to explore again, the grid-based movement and all that stuff. But this was like, all right, let's take the core idea and use it to do something different. And I feel like that's a solid way to handle a game series in general, because then, you know, returning fans who are coming back for stuff that they enjoyed can come back for stuff they enjoyed. It'll be, like, similar enough, but it'll also be something uniquely different that makes each of these games distinct and whatnot. Like, if you're going from something like Paper Mario with a 1,000-Year Door to, you know, Super Paper Mario, think all 6 Paper Mario games are equally good? There's no way. There's no way you can say that about freaking Sticker Star compared to, like, a 1,000-Year Door. Anyway, if you're going from, like, 1,000-Year Door to the immediate next game of Super Paper Mario, then you're not really gonna have much familiarity apart from, like, some environmental things that are based around being flat and paper, I guess. That's probably the only similarities. I haven't yet played Super Paper Mario, but, you know, there's not really a whole lot for returning fans there. Like, it'll be a different experience for sure if you want something completely different, but there's not really much for returning fans who enjoyed the series up to that point to enjoy. But if you are playing something like the original Mario plus Rabbids to this, or you're playing something from, like, one Zelda title to another Zelda title, or you're playing, like, Paper Mario 64 to 1,000-Year Door or something like that, it'll be similar but expanded on or done in, like, a completely different way, you know? And I think that that is a cool way to strike the balance between making old fans happy and reminding them of the reason why they enjoyed the previous game that they played so much in the first place, while also creating a new distinct experience that sets it apart from the other games in the series, you know? Is the way that I look at that. And there are some games in the industry out there that are really good examples of that, like, you know, the Legend of Zelda series, for example, and there are some really bad examples of that, of, you know, games that don't ever really change, like Pokemon, that basically resell the same game every time, you know? Is basically what's going on there. So, yeah, this is how pokey she gets. Hey. Like, she's not used to people being home during the day all that often. So she always figures, like, if you're home during the day, that means that you have the time to be playing with me and taking me out and whatnot and all that stuff. And she gets, like, really, really naggy. Anyway, but yeah, do you thoroughly like all of them equally? Not possible. To be honest, all Paper Mario games after Super Paper Mario are so incredibly forgettable to you. I had only played Sticker Star and I couldn't even beat it. Like, it was so tedious and boring. I could not for the life of me beat it. And I played Sticker Star, like, right when it came out, so, you know, I was a decent bit younger than you know, being 23 like I am right now. Anyone else thinks about Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts in this discussion? That's another example of like doing something so completely different. Like examples like the original Mario plus Rabbids and Sparks of Hope, or things like Legend of Zelda, are good examples of, you know, a good mix of old and new. Like taking the old and using it to do something new, so that's completely distinct. Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts is like the new Paper Mario games, where it's like, let's just do something completely different without similarities. I mean, I haven't played nuts and bolts. I haven't even played the original Banjo-Kazooie, so maybe there are some similarities to it, but as far as I'm aware, I don't think that there is. Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts isn't a Banjo-Kazooie game. It's a different game. They slap Banjo-Kazooie. Yeah, that's the impression that I get of it from what I hear online and whatnot. 8 to 9 for Mario Party. Yeah, I mean, it is technically an example there, but yeah. So yeah, that's a video essay that I'm thinking about potentially making like the next video essay on the channel. Again, I'm undecided. I mean, the only other topic that I know for sure I want to make a video essay on is like how the gaming industry has changed over time, but that's going to be like a behemoth of a project, and I feel a bit nervous about starting that and doing it proper justice and such. But that one is one that I might want to do. Or one of the ones I wanted to talk about, if I do make this into a video essay, one of the ones I have in my script is talking about the Assassin's Creed titles, namely in terms of like how you make a story be moving forward and whatnot, or be doing new things with it. And how that went was essentially like the very first Assassin's Creed game is the one that like set up the world, the universe, and all that. And, you know, you're playing as this assassin Altair, and you're going and taking out these Templar targets, like it establishes that main story and premise and whatnot. And then at the end, it turns out your master's the actual big bad, and he's got like this crazy wizardy item that are part of the, you know, the lore of the world, the Pieces of Eden or whatever the heck from the Assassin's Creed universe. And he's using it to do like cool wizard shit that, is like replicating himself, and he makes it like a difficult final boss. And I'll definitely talk about Xenoblade. I'll probably talk about that in a hot second here. But anyway, the final boss is doing like this cool wizardy cloning shiz, and it's like, whoa, that's crazy. So then Assassin's Creed 2 comes out, and once again, the final boss has like one of these super powerful MacGuffins, and is gonna use it against you. But this time, you're the one with the artifact that lets you replicate yourself. So the final boss of Assassin's Creed 1, you fight a final boss who's cloning himself. And then the sequel, Assassin's Creed 2, you're the one that's cloning yourself against a final boss. And it's like, whoa, you know? Like anyone who played the original into the second, that's like a really good example of taking an established idea and doing something completely different with it by, you know, giving the good old switcheroo. So it's like, oh, we knew this is possible because we've seen it done in the last game, but now in terms of how it's used, we've given it the complete switcheroo. And I think that that's really cool. And then there's Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, where it's like, okay, we've established that these are like relics now and things that, you know, things that are powerful and whatnot. We've seen their power firsthand with the first 2 games. So now let's have the heroes and villains scramble over them. And that's what the plot is about in that. So it's like, okay, yeah, we're taking established ideas and using them to like do new things that make sense. Revelations was the weird one. Revelations was the one where it's like, we take the established idea of, in the present day, you can look into the past and whatnot, the memories of your ancestors, yada yada, and we take that idea and apply it to our hero that we've played of Ezio, for him to look into the past as well, and there's a bunch of kind of interesting tidbits with that. Then AC3 doesn't really use the MacGuffins all that much in its plot. It's like, okay, we focused on these MacGuffins for like so many of the previous games. Let's have it be like a thing in this game, but not like an important part of the plot. Jesse, I'll play with you after the stream is over. My oh my. This is how naggy she gets. My oh my. Eh? And then Assassin's Creed 4 used it to focus on like the development of the main character. In Assassin's Creed 4, our main character is Edward Kenway, the Dread Pirate, who is like, there's this MacGuffin place thingamabob that lets you spy on anybody as long as you have like a drop of their blood. I can sell this for like some big profit, because he just cares about like, you know, making the good bucks, going home and living the easy life with that, and, you know, giving his wife the life that he believes that she deserves from him and whatnot. So that's what his goal is. But then it's used to like shift his perspective and eventually focus on like the consequences of his actions, actually start caring about them. And at the end, rather than selling the MacGuffin for money, he's like, okay, maybe this should actually be like protected and go into the right hands and whatnot, or, you know, kept so that nobody can really use it and whatnot. So in that game, it's used as a tool to focus on the character's development. And then from there, like, so all the way up to Assassin's Creed 4, they use the main MacGuffins to, you know, take established ideas from the plot and do something different with it. And I think that that's really cool. And then came the games from there, where it was like Assassin's Creed Unity, the MacGuffin was shown at the very beginning of the game to establish, like, yeah, this is a lightning sword that exists. And then it just shows up out of nowhere for the final boss, just so that you can have, like, a final boss flinging lightning at you. And it's like, oh, okay. Was that remotely important in any way? Also, isn't this just like the final boss of AC1, where the MacGuffin just shows up at the end, just to make a spicier final boss? Okay, well, we've seen this before. We've seen it happen before. It's not really doing much of anything new in that regard. And then there was Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which we're currently playing on the channel, which is another situation of, like, we hear a little bit about the MacGuffin, like, throughout the plot, but we never see it until the final boss, where it literally just shows up out of nowhere for the final boss, just to make, like, a spicier final boss. And it's like, wait, isn't this the exact same thing that we just did in the immediate last game of Unity? And in the very first game? We've seen this before. What happened to, you know, using it to do new things that we haven't seen before? We've seen this a couple times already. And I feel like that's probably one of the big reasons why I stopped playing Assassin's Creed at that point, and haven't played any games past that, like, before I was a content creator. Because I was just like, man, I'm just seeing, like, the same stuff that I've already seen, but, you know, in very, very slightly different ways. Not enough to warrant it being, like, a new experience or anything like that, you know? So I just kind of lost interest. So I feel like the Assassin's Creed series is a good example of, like, for a long time using established ideas to do something different with it in the plot, and then just eventually being like, you know what, screw it, never mind, we're not actually gonna do that after all. I'm pranked. Get absolutely pranked. Relax, Jesse, chill. You lie down, relax. Yeah, you relax, okay? Relax. But yeah, so that's an example there where it's like, it started as a good example and then became a bad example, is the way that I kind of see it. When it comes to Xenoblade is another good example, and I have a bit in the essay script that I've been writing up here and there about how it expands on things. For anyone who doesn't, like, anybody watching this on, like, YouTube after the fact, potentially, if you don't want spoilers for Xenoblade 1 and 2, at least, like, the main ideas of it, I won't go into, like, the fine details of the plot, but, you know, the general overall plot premise, then, you know, might just be best to click off the video / stream or whatnot to not get spoiled there. But essentially, Xenoblade 1 at the end of the day leads up to a god that's doing too much, essentially. A god that's like, you know what? I created this world, that means that I can destroy and make a new one. Essentially, Zanz is all lonely, he craves friendship, and he wants to be the center of attention and whatnot. And after people kind of didn't acknowledge him as much, he was like, you know what? Let's make a new universe where, you know, a new universe where people are, like, appreciative of me again, want to hang out with me, and I'm the talk of the town, and I'm cool again, instead of being this, like, thing that nobody really cares about anymore. Even though a lot of people do still care about, you know, the Bionis and Zanz and whatnot. But anyway, he's like, I'm gonna destroy the world. I made this world so I can, you know, do whatever I want. See all y'all nerds later. We're gonna start again. And the heroes are pissed off. They're like, what? You can't do that. We're living in this world. We want to decide the future. And Zanz is like, nope, deciding the future is just for gods. Nope, that is just my thing, Bob. And then you kill Zanza, Shulk becomes, like, essentially the new god of the world, and he wishes for a world without gods. A world where the future is decided by, like, everyone making decisions together, essentially, and seeing where the path leads you, rather than some divine being pulling the strings and being like, yeah, this is the way that things are gonna go. So, it's like, okay, that's an interesting way to handle a plot. But for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, what if I told you that this is just kind of the way that the script goes and what I've been writing, but what if I told you that Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was a story where, you know, you venture out to stop, like, some god that wants to destroy the world, yada yada. That could be made into, like, a pretty alrighty plot, but considering it's exactly what was done in Xenoblade Chronicles 1, if you played Xenoblade 2 after 1, it would be like, wow, this sucks, this is really boring. It's a good thing that that's not the case. The plot of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, how it starts out, is essentially a world without gods, essentially the equivalent of the world that Shulk and his friends fought so hard for. And does that mean that it's like a wonderful paradise where everything is great and whatnot? No, it's shitty, it sucks. And people are waging war on each other over limited resources, people are vying for power and control over the populace, all this stuff when they have a free reign over everything. There is a god in Xenoblade 2, but like, he vows to like not do anything. He vows to just like sit there and watch and like not do anything and not get involved. So even though Xenoblade 1 and Xenoblade 2 are set in different universes, in terms of a storytelling perspective, the world of Xenoblade 2, how it starts, is literally basically the equivalent of what Shulk and his friends wished for at the end of Xenoblade 1. What you did this whole 70-hour JRPG for to acquire this future of. What you fought so hard for, this is what you have at the get-go of Xenoblade 2, the world that already exists there, and it's not all sunshine and rainbows like you would have thought from Xenoblade 1. Instead, and it doesn't invalidate the it doesn't invalidate Xenoblade Chronicles 1 either. Like, Zanza absolutely had to go down and whatnot. But rather, it just kind of shows like another lens, and it shows how it kind of tells the story of our main antagonist of Amalthus/Malos that, you know, kind of went insane from the god of this world not doing anything and being like, wow, why is this world so effed up? Does that mean that you, my creator, since he's like a, you know, he's a super religious freak, does that mean that you, my creator, want me to destroy the world? I guess that must be what it is. If you're letting this world slowly die anyway, I guess I'll just help it along, because that must clearly be what you want, is what Amalthus is basically like, and what his Blade of Malos kind of inherits from him, in a sense. So I find it really interesting how Xenoblade 1 is all about, the problem is here's a god that does too much, and the problem in Xenoblade 2 is like, here's a god that does too little. It takes the same like premise and established idea and gives it a complete switcheroo, like a complete 180, to tell basically the opposite plot and, you know, kind of explore this story and narrative in a unique way by telling like the other side of things in a way, but still not invalidating the other story in the process. And I find that really fascinating. Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see what Xenoblade 3 does. If Xenoblade 1 was a god who did too much and Xenoblade 2 was a god who did too little, then what's Xenoblade 3? A god that does so-so? And that's a problem? Jesse, hey, I know. You really want me to play with you. I honestly might have to put up my BRB screen before we switch over to another game and just play with her for a bit, because if I don't, she's just gonna keep on nagging me like this, is what's gonna happen. So, this is the way that she gets when someone's at home for the day instead of at work for the day. This is what happens. But yeah, Mario games are pretty good about shaking things up, though. The 3D Mario games there are really good there. Like, there was Mario Bros. Into Super Mario World on the SNES, where it's like, okay, that's very different. Mario 64 was obviously very different. Mario Sunshine was like, okay, 3D stuff and levels to explore, but now you've got Flood, and it's like, whoa, that's different. Then Mario Galaxy was like, here's like Luma, the double jump, and weird shit with gravity and whatnot. And then there was Mario 3D World, where it's like, okay, here's like 3D levels exploring more like a typical Mario game, and it's 4-player and stuff. I was like, whoa, that's different. And then there was Mario Odyssey, where it's like, here's Cappy and moons and open world exploration and stuff. So yeah, the mainline Mario games from, you know, the original Mario Bros. All the way up to Mario Odyssey is definitely a really good example as well. You know, yeah, and Odyssey is one of those words that you'll never spell correctly or consistently. Yeah, I understand. I understand that. Yeah, you listed all the thingamabobs a bit better there, Lancer. She just started licking my hand. But yeah, the idea behind Xenoblade's story is that the writer was tired of writing deep, dark storylines and wanted to write something of a lighter tone, which is why Xenoblade 2 is more stereotypically anime. Interesting. And if the next mainline 3D Mario game isn't like Bowser's Fury, you will riot. Imagine. Are you just saying, like, in terms of, you know, exploring around and collecting stuff? All that stuff there? But yeah, so, anyway, in regards to this whole discussion on how games change over time, I feel like Sparks of Hope is a really good example of taking established ideas and using it to do something different. And I like that, and I appreciate that from it, is the thing. I wish that more games out there were willing to do something like that, you know? Is what I wish. Okay, where's that, Where's the one bit where they come out through the waterfall? Is that the trailer at the end? I don't know. I don't know where the bit with the waterfall is. I think it was during like a gameplay-ish kind of showcase, was it? I don't know. Because I think that's a shot that I'm going to want for the thumbnail. Is what I'm thinking here. But yeah, so that might well become a future video essay. I don't have a script done yet. I was just kind of starting to write it as like, huh, this sounds like it'd be an interesting topic to explore and do a video on. But, you know, again, no guarantees, but I think I wouldn't mind doing a video essay on that. The time has come. The time has come. Okay, so I don't know where the waterfall bit is. I can just keep skipping ahead is what I can do, I guess. Until we get around there. Come on. Where is it? I don't know where the waterfall bit was in this whole thing. I should have, like, written it down. Or something or other, because now I've screwed myself. So... There's the composers. Yeah, legendary composers there. Which is really cool to see. Really neato and stuff. Getting more freaking Twitter notifications from Nintendo of America. Once the special edition for Xenoblade 3 is available and I can buy it, then I can turn off tweet notifications from Nintendo of America already. Because, like, I get so many ads from them, like, every single day. Just because I'm trying to be on top of if they announce things with the Xenoblade 3 Collector's Edition, you know? That's all I'm trying to do. Gosh dang it, where was the thing? I could have sworn it was, like, somewhere near the beginning. Right? We're going the wrong way. Where was it? I don't know where it was. I appreciate the follow there. B with an E. B with an E. I see a waterfall like there. Ish. So I mean, open them special editions. Yeah, I need to have my full special edition Xenoblade trilogy is what I need. Wow. I need the thing. Okay, I don't know where the waterfall bit is. I want to have, you know, flamingo floaty Rabbid Mario for the thumbnail of this is what I want. But I don't know where it is. I don't know at what timestamp it's at. Okay, well, guess not there. Yeah, it's... What the heck? Oh, here it is then. Okay. Okay, I think I pressed Control F a little bit late. This was me cropping out Live Alive in preparation for thumbnails for that and whatnot, because it didn't seem like there was a PNG for that. What was the thing? Patience, Jesse. Patience. But yeah, this is the way that she gets whenever anybody's at home for the day. Yeah, I pressed it too late. Was the thing. Let's see. Let's try that again. Xenoblade 1D physically and Xenoblade 2 digitally, and you want your first special edition? Yeah, I have the special edition for both of them already. I need my third. Gosh dang, I pressed it late again. That's what I did. I'm trying to get it like towards the end so that, you know, Rabbid Mario's in like detail. Why can't I alt tab over to this? I'm confused about. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so... But yeah, yeah, maybe there is none in Xenoblade 3. I wouldn't be surprised, especially considering it's like the merger of the worlds of Xenoblade 1 and 2 and whatnot. But yeah, wait, what if the theme of Xenoblade 3 instead of God is too much or God is too little? What if it's God isn't actually that bad? Who knows? Maybe. Maybe. Will I be shocked? Should I be shocked at like the flamingo thingamabob? I mean, I am pretty shocked at the flamingo. Like, look how crazy it is. I love it. I love it so much. Look, we could just have the focus be on, My, oh my. Is so silly there. But yeah. I mean, it could well, might do. Who knows? Maybe. Alright, let me open the folder, my playthroughs folder that I had for Sparks of Hope, because I think I have the PNG saved there. Mario plus Rabbids, Sparks of Hope. Yeah, I have the PNG for the title there. So I can just slap this on. And whatnot like this. I mean, give it like a little bit of skew, sure. Maybe I'll do something like that. I don't know. Well, reuse that. I don't think we're gonna reuse the image from yesterday because these are gonna be like, you know, uploaded back to back is the thing. I don't want two like discussions with the exact same thing, Bob. Back to back there. Yeah, it's done in a lot of JRPGs, but I shall see what Xenoblade 3 does. So am I gonna ignore the fact that I'm wearing a Taekwondo shirt today? I can put my scarf like over it so it's not like a big detail on the thumbnail or anything like that. So I think if I switch over to full cam, yeah, it always defaults to that camera and I don't know why. So should I just do like a how shocked would I be about said flamingo anyway? Like, how should I be like hyped about said flamingo? Like, yeah, I don't, wait, can I even I don't know if I can, oh, I can control print screen with the, I'd look like an angry kind of elderly man about the kids on his lawn if I do that. But what would be a good expression? Something like I don't know, that. Hold on a hot second. My doggy's just continuing to nag me here. What did I just control print screen everything? I mean, there's that. Jesse, girl. I'll play with you in a second. Just a bit of patience, okay? Oh, man. But yeah, you literally got me everyone dies except Nia and Melia. Yeah, it could well be. I don't know what the DLC thing Rob is gonna be. I don't know whether it be that. I assume that it'll probably be something else. Is this a good thing about, you know, Rabbid Mario there? Sure, we can say so. Jesse, I'm gonna make this thumbnail and then I can play with you. Just have some patience, okay? So yeah, if you, whenever anybody's home for the day, rather than at work, this is the way that she gets. She just won't stop leaving you alone. Like, you're home for the day. That means you have all the time to play with me. That's what that naturally means. Surely. If you're home for the day, that can only mean one thing, that you're here for me. Is what it means. Like, she was not all that impressed after, you know, people in the household here started actually going back to work after, you know, the whole COVID lockdown stuff again. So it's kind of gotten her back to like a more normal thingamabob of, you know, people are going into work most days rather than staying home and working from home. You know? That all. Sure, this, I guess. I don't know. Get like a little smidge of the stash there. Sure. Something, well, okay, well. And if we subtract here, whoa, no, add, no, fine, turn off the snap to edges then if it's gonna be all weird like that. If you're gonna be weird, then fine, I'll just, you know, manually fix things here. Okay, maybe now I'll do snap to edges, and it screwed it up. Oh, now you start relaxing, huh? Okay, get like the edges of the hat there. Is what we need. It's always so like weird and jarring cropping out my own face super close up. Quite frankly. Sure. Is this a why my music paused for a second? Did it just lag my computer that much? Okay, and then erase some things. Erase thingamabobs. Okay. Boopity bop. Yeah, I don't know why it does like these weird edges. And why it like makes my headphones a ghostly being from another world or something. I don't know. Don't know what's up with that. But it's a thing that happens for whatever reason. I don't think we're gonna do like a circle and an arrow this time. What? Oh, I guess because that's part of the background there. Oh, because that's the flamingo. I was like, why can't I erase this bit? Why can't I do that? My mustache does not look as good up close, does it? It's better appreciated from a distance, I feel like. Okay, sure. I don't, and then it, you know, has that all stuff that I'm gonna have to erase. Professional thumbnail maker? I would never call myself that. I just know how to make like a freaking meme, silly, quick and easy thumbnail from time to time. I actually go ham on like my video essay thumbnails. My video essay thumbnails, I go ham. But on these, I just do something like this, you know. There, bam, I don't know. But yeah, don't know why, but it looks like you're mad at Rabbid Mario while still being excited. We have big white text saying they did this. I can slap it in and see what it looks like, at least. Well, let me clean that up a little bit. What if we just had like big white text saying flamingo? Question mark, exclamation mark. Hold on. Let's set the font to the Mario and Luigi font. I have a bunch of fonts based on like various games and stuff. Saved to my computer for thumbnails and stuff. Flamingo? What about this? Or something or other. I don't think we're putting in Pringles. Mountain Dew, like, you gotta find the right balance, you know? Is what you gotta have. My goodness, once again, it's lagging my computer. It could just be because I still have, like, the one from yesterday still open. The part of it probably also is. Yeah, that's based off of, like, the Mario and Luigi title there. Okay, don't crash. Oh my goodness, it's being so laggy right now. Holy crap. Maybe if I close this, it'll be less laggy. The one from yesterday. Okay. I can close that, and I can close the live alive cropping. Oh my goodness, it's so laggy. No, I don't need to save it. I cropped it out. I got it. I saved it to my computer. It's fine. Okay, let's see here. So, let's go ahead and spruce this up a little bit. We don't have any bubble letters. I'm sorry to say. Whoa. Come on. Why is it being so laggy? It really doesn't like me working in this software while I'm streaming, I guess. Or something or other. Flamingo? I don't know. Let's see here. And if we go ahead and do this. It doesn't usually lag this much. Not usually. Come on. And then, bam, I don't know. Maybe a little bit more out. Give it that like 3D effect a bit more. Whoa. No. There we go. I don't know. The text to explode on the viewer's face. Okay, again, there's like a certain extent where it gets too far, you know. Flamingo. Kind of just like flamingo in a way, you know. This is what I kind of like. Because I'm hyped that he gets like the inflatable flamingo for like the one shot out of nowhere and then it goes away again as quickly as it appeared. What was the software called? Affinity Photo. Yeah, something like that ish. I don't know. And then I can give this like, let's see here. It's being so laggy. Holy crap. Yeah, it costs monies. Indeed. Let's sample the pink. And then take that. And we'll give an outer glow of pink. And whatnot. There's not really many good free options. I mean, there's like GIMP, I guess, and Krita, but, you know, they're not going to have the depth that paid software is going to have. Don't believe. Is there any outer glow appearing around Flamingo? What am I putting in outer glow on then? Do I have the right layer selected? Okay, I don't know what I just gave a pink outer glow to. I have no idea. Okay. Okay, let's, I still don't. Oh, there we go. Something like, give the flamingo the red eye glow. What if we give the flamingo, like, the blue Sans eye glow like we gave to that one legendary in, in a freaking Pokemon Shield and Pokemon Shield. Well, if we did that, Skip, you tried it once, it was awful. I've briefly tried Gimp before. Like if the flamingo with the meme laser eye, Zan's eye glow. Let's see here. I think I sampled the color from like one of these at one point, right? I think is what I did. Hold on. So if I sample this color real quick, I just want the blue. That's all I want. Man, so much lag. So much lag. And then I can delete this. I just needed that for that. And then maybe I want one of these ones. Maybe. No, not like that. It needs to be one of the heavier ones then. Slightly heavier at least. And then give it like a little bit of opacity. It doesn't look very good, does it? Flamingo is Zan's? And then have... Come on. Stop being so laggy, please. I don't know. I don't know, man. Well, there's a Zan's the Flamingo, I guess, or something. I don't know. I live it as well. In fact, this is life now. In general, this is all our lives now. Okay, well. Extend that a little bit. If it stops being so laggy. Yeah, I'll do this. Sure. Now let's go ahead and save it. I'll put it to my playthroughs thingamabob. And go to the Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope folder. And call it Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope Presentation Thumbnail. There we go. There we go. And if we export it. Export it as a JPEG because it'll take up less room on my computer. So, oh yeah, there was saving some stuff for Live Alive recently and setting up thumbnails for it. Stuff. Let's see here. So down to Mario Rabbids. My doggy's right next to me once again. Sparks of Hope presentation thumbnail. There we go. And I'll make a smaller version because Twitch, for the Twitch version, because Twitch requires things to be under a megabyte. Is what I'll do. So I'll do like a 720p version as well. And I'll call this that with a marker of S to note that it's like the smaller one. But yeah, now the two acoustic remotes need to go to war with each other and decide who's the cooler man. Which two? What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. Flamingo's love, Flamingo is life, yeah. Is both then. Yeah, sure. There we go. There we go. There's that. Now, you know, for the past over an hour now, my doogie's just been nagging me here about taking her out to play. So, I think we're gonna put up the BRB screen, and when we come back, we'll, you know, stream an actual video game, is what I'm thinking here. So, yeah, let's put up the BRB screen here. We can jam out to these tunes in the meantime. Oh, the two in each thumbnail? Well. But yeah, so I'm gonna go spend some time with the doogie because she's just gonna be poking at me the whole time that I'm streaming if I don't. So, I'll be back in a little bit here. Enjoy the tunes in the meantime. Hope y'all enjoyed the, you know, Sparks of Hope presentation and discussion and talk about how games change over time. That might become a video essay in the near future, stuff like that. All that fun stuff.